Viper versus Corvette, Aston Martin versus Maserati. That's what we're gonna be doing today. GT1 2005 pack on Automobilista 2. Stay tuned for more. Be right back. What's going on, guys? We're gonna check out the GT1 cars, but it's GT1 2005. A lot of people talk about GT1, myself included. There's the early GT1 where the cars were a little more drivable. 90, 94, 95, McLaren F1. Even before that, Esprit GT1, stuff like that. Those cars in the 90s turned to LMP1 cars. Number one case for that is Toyota GT1. The newer cars, which is GT1 2005 on Automobilista 2, dialed it back to much more of a GT car. We're going to drive those today, guys, so stay tuned.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Apex Vision TV. We're going to try this again because I lost my original intro. But we got the GT1 2005 pack we checking out today. Now, big part of this, this class in particular for me is, I would definitely say my childhood. I'm more of a Gran Turismo type of person than I am a Need for Speed person, believe it or not. So I was very excited when I seen the GT1 cars were coming to AMS 2. I lost some footage just now test driving all of them. You can't replicate that second time around. You can't replicate that first time around. So I'm gonna keep it real brief and just show me driving each car, even though the audio on my end with me talking isn't there. But enjoy the video. Alright, we're gonna start with the Aston Martin DBR9. Now, for me, I think about this car in particular versus the C6, not the C5. But probably my most prominent memory of this car in particular is when I went to the Top Gear test track. Those were the good old days when Top Gear used to be something different, and they would bring cars around the track, and every once in a while you see an F1 car or a high-end GT1 car. But the noise this car in particular made for me was just like I said, that Top Gear test track lap where it's screaming on the lap. I recently got to drive a VA Vantage. Shout out my dog Bill. And when I was interviewing him, I asked him, what's your favorite Aston Martin? He said the VA Vantage, or the V12 Vantage probably, because he talked about how good the Vantage in particular looked. For me, I don't think I gave my answer, but no doubt in my mind, it is the DBR9. And I think it's a crime to humanity when people get this and the V12 Vantage mixed up. Not because of the sound, not because it's an ugly car, but this rear quarter panel with that gigantic diffuser just pushed this over the edge for me. Anyways, enjoy the video of me driving it. Raw gameplay with no talking. Alright, up next we got the Viper. You got everybody probably knows the story about the way they designed this car, basically, it was some of the guys behind the scenes. They did it with a small team and designed this car. The first generation was a roadster, but this car in particular was it was savage, man. It did not have a lot of assist to it, and if you weren't careful, you were driving on old tires. You was a little too throttle happy. Late on the brakes, you would lock her up. Very dangerous car. But for me myself, I think about Gran Turismo 3. I'll add in an image of the Gran Turismo 3 Viper right here. But I think about the early 90s, or I guess mid 90s with Gran Turismo 3. I loved that game. I think about the red and white Orica Viper, and just how savage it is with little assist and all of that. All right, Corvette C5R. Now, this was the other side of the coin for American GT race cars. I hide no shame that I am a huge Corvette fan. C5, C6, C7, that old-fashioned pushrod V8, proving that it could always compete at a high level up against, Europe's finest. And one thing I did not know about this car in particular, that it was a 7-liter. Like, I just found that out today. I'll say the C6 is my favorite because, like I said, by the time I started to watch racing like heavily and not just play Gran Turismo when I could, because I didn't have Gran Turismo 3 back in the day. But anyways, this car is a 7-liter. The original C5 Z06. I think that's, let's check it out real quick. I thought it was a smaller engine than the 7-liter. But anyways, I guess this was the start of modern Corvette racing, all the way down to the yellow colorway. I also think about Dale Earnhardt driving this car, Dale Sr. driving this car. I want to say it was the Daytona 24 Hour. But looking it up while I'm talking, so the C5 Z06, it's still a 5.7 liter. It's a LS6 motor, while the LS7 and the C6 is a 7-liter. But anyways, fun car, like I said. Really just excited that it's in the game. All right, Lamborghini Murcielago. I'll be honest, this car I was the least excited about, but I do firmly believe that it's better to get any cars you can to fill up a grid, especially with a sim like this. This isn't the e-sport capital of the world if you're on AMS too. So it's just fun to have certain cars on here. I don't worry about necessarily having a meta or any of that. It's the Murcielago though, man. I think a lot of people love the look of this car. I kind of prefer the Diablo just a little bit more, but the Murcielago, especially a gated one, they're sick. And then when the intakes open up on the sides to give it more air, it really looks like a Batmobile. Let's see what engine it has real quick. 6-liter V12. Alright, Maserati MC Hammer MC12. Shout out Top Gear, Jeremy Clarkson. Got me calling this car the MC Hammer, and it's forever going to be that. Anyways, it's based off the Ferrari Enzo, evidently it cut it real close with the rule set, as far as it was something about the size of the car where it was just a little outside of where it was supposed to be. But this car was very dominant in its day. I have not seen an MC12 in person, but just the way they look at them, and then the fact that it's an Enzo underneath. Me personally, I always want to see the best from each manufacturer compete, and to see this Maserati racing back in the day, even in a Assetto Corsa, is definitely one of my favorites. Enjoy the gameplay. Alright, real quick before we get to our top 5, I did want to show a couple of the cars that I really wish were included in this GT1 2005 car set. The first one is the Koenigsegg CC GT. Now, this car in particular is crazy to think about. From the very beginning, I guess he picked the width of the car to be built to the regulations at the time, and he did all of this stuff in secret. She was all ready to go, and the class got canceled. But fun thing about sim racing, right? There's always the chance that it can always race forever in the sim racing world. If I don't want the video to get in like a copyright thing, but if you get time, hop on Top Gear or hop on YouTube and check out the way this car sounds. It's an absolute dog in person. I wish. It's an absolute dog in videos. Couldn't imagine it in person. Second, I would say I would love to have the Celine S7R in there. It kind of blends the torque of the C7R, or the Corvette with that pushrod V8, with the mid-engine layout that I typically prefer when it comes to sim racing. And the Celine, it made a lot of noise in its heyday. Like I said, I just wish I would love to see the Celine S7 get put in this sim. And last, but definitely not least, there is the Ferrari GT1 car, the 575 or the 550. Now, normally I know Ferrari aren't an official sim in AMS2, but recently they gave us this what's the word I'm looking for? GT2, the Milano GT36. Now, I did just do a video about it recently, but if they can start to add unofficial free cars in the sim that are Ferraris. Alright, and fifth place, but definitely not last, I gotta give it to the Viper. Now, it doesn't help that the Viper is also the oldest car in the class, and it's definitely not bad. None of these cars are bad, and they're all pretty close together. I was within a second for the most part. The ones that were really, really good, though, I felt invincible in. But anyways, the Viper, I spun out a couple times because of that big V10 will get you. Again, it's a fun car, but you definitely gotta respect the power of it. Fourth place, I got the Corvette C5R. I loved how it drove. I loved the NASCAR sound it had to it. It was really, really good, and like I said, they're all competitive cars, but it was just outside of my top 3. Third place, though, I got the Lamborghini Murcielago. I did not expect much out of the car. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not a huge Lamborghini fan. I think they do they do fast road cars well, but I'm more of a motorsports type of person. And before you go GT3 crazy on me, if you talk about the history of Lamborghini, a couple GT3 cars isn't really much to talk about. But this car in particular, it was really fun on like the limit of its grip between oversteer and understeer. Though I did get both, it wasn't prone to one in particular, so you kind of got to be careful. But it was a great car, I'll be honest with you. Second place, I got the MC Hammer. Um, it is. I expected it to be clear cut the best car, and I'll be honest, but I got the most pace with that. I think um, that V12 is nice. It's somewhat neutral. It'll understeer a little bit, which I like understeer compared to spinning the car around and ending my race just like that. So it's probably the most drivable. But first place, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is the most fun I've had with the front end of the car. Um, Probably on AMS too. I'm normally a mid-engine guy, NA guy, unless it's like a twin turbo V8. That's like my sweet spot. But if it's NA, I'm definitely not a front end person. But this Aston, it converted me. The brakes were amazing. Like being able to stand on the brakes without locking up. I could just go so deep with the car. And honestly, I did go faster than the Maserati, but I feel like the braking advantage this car has without the rear end getting light is just like mind blowing. So I'd probably say, I don't know actually. I don't know which ultimately I could be quicker with, but I could apply more pressure with that Aston for sure. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. It was a really fun pack. So overall, I would definitely say if you're thinking about getting the pack, man, just do it. It's a great pack of cars, and it's unlike GT3, modern GT3. It's probably a bit more rewarding because you don't have ABS. I don't even know if the brake bias was like a thing really. You don't have traction control, so to get it right and to have it on that knife edge, it's rewarding, man. It was a forgotten era. Obviously, GTE carried that forward, but we know what happened with GTE. But stay tuned for more, man. I got these LMP cars to get through, and some more GT cars to get through as well. See you guys next time around. Apex Vision out.